wishing for the day she'll see at last. Sleepwalking, talking, crying, growing harder as the days go by. She's never stopping, yes, she's a girl in the place.
I saw your missed calls.
Right. What matters that you're here now?
Yeah, I almost forgot what food tastes like. This is good.
I take it you've not eaten since morning, right?
Yeah, I've been extremely busy.
I can't imagine. You and Justin, who's more than workaholic.
Okay, guys. Guess what? You won't believe what happened to them.
What happened again this time? You call another criminal? What did they do? Ritual killing or armed robbery?
I wish. Chief Diminas is dead.
I hope it's not a ship demon as we all know.
One and the same. He was murdered by his lovely wife last night. Who's looking for an angel of death?
I'm not surprised. I always knew that lady was not too good to be true.
Justin, you haven't said anything.
I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm still reeling from the shock.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's mind-boggling.
Has she said anything in her defense yet?
Somnambulism. Can you believe that? She claims to be sleepwalking when it happened.
Lies.
Wait, Dave. The best is yet to come. Chief Diminas practically wedded her on her request on the 13th of June, which happens to be her birthday, which happens to be the very day she killed. Listen, guys, I hate coincidences, but come on, let's take the cake.
You got quite a tangle there, Beth. I must say, possibly can get out with this one.
No way. As far as I'm concerned, you deserve to rot in.
Dave, come on. We all know you've never forgiven her for opting to marry her grandfather's age mates. But that notwithstanding, you can't convict her possibly based on that. No.
Trust me, Justin. This arm is Diminas is capable of making you forget the word not guilty until proven so. I mean, the lady is just a first-class bitch.
Ouch! Beth!
What?
That's so low. I never knew you had it in you.
What did I say?
Walking, she walks on by, and only God knows what she's thinking. 'Cause I see tears in her eyes. It's the pain from the past. She doesn't know how long it will last. She's reminiscing, wishing for the day she'll see at last. Sleepwalking, talking, crying, girl, growing louder as the days go by. She's never stopping, yes, she's a girl in the painful school of life.
See me here?
Very much so, yeah. Because I never know you knew where I lived. I mean, my telephone and my address is not in the directory.
Doesn't mean it's non-existent. Nice place you have here.
Maxine, so, tell me, how may I help you, Mrs. Diminas?
My husband is dead. They say I killed him.
And you want me to believe otherwise?
I want you to defend me in court. Before you say anything, just hear me out. Justin, I know you don't like me very much. In fact, I know more than anything you'd want to believe I killed my husband in cold blood for his money.
Now tell me, would I be far from the truth if I said so? Look me in the eye and swear, honestly swear, that you did not know that your late husband, Chief Diminas, changed his will after he met you and bequeathed all that he had, almost all his estate, to you.
What?
Please, I beg of you, spare me all that melodrama because it won't work.
Justin, give me a break here. This is news to me. I didn't know. Come on, had I known, definitely I would have dissuaded him from doing such a thing.
Really?
Yes, really. Look, give me some credit, alright? I had a well-paying job before I met Chief. Believe it or not, my reason for marrying him was much more unique than just money.
And that will be?
Love. Hard as it may sound, I loved my husband. And now he's dead, and I did it and I don't remember. I didn't intend to. I need you to help me convince the court on that.
Why me? Why not someone else?
Because I believe you, of all people, will not let your dislike for me cloud your better judgment or get in the way of justice. And justice, Justin, is not allowing the court to convict me of something I had no control over. Please. Please, Justin. Help me.
Barrister Shola, I received a notice yesterday saying that the trial of my father's murder case will commence tomorrow Monday in court. So I came to confirm. Do you think that we stand a chance tomorrow in court? You think we're going to win the case?
What you're asking me in effect is, can I win this case?
Well, I'm afraid yes.
Oh well, my answer to you is you have nothing to fear. Listen, your father's case is an open case of murder. And it's clear even to a 5-year-old. And no amount of false claims by your late father's wife can change that.
Well, do you think that her false claim of sleepwalking would hold no water in court?
Absolutely not. Now look at it this way. The court gives its judgments based on evidence. And every evidence I have on that woman proves that she is lying about her somnambulism. So, I intend to show her for the liar that she is.
Well, thank you very much, Barrister. That is all the assurance I'll be needing. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And well, I will present a check to you tomorrow morning in court.
Okay.
And I will also do more when this whole thing is over. At least to my favor.
Oh, that will be no problem. That will be no problem.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you very, very much.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I trust you, you know?
Oh, thank you.
Inspector Bell, a message just got in for you from the DPO's office.
What is it about?
It seems a date has just been approved for the hearing of the case of Angel Dominas against the state.
What?
Yes, madam.
So fast?
So fast.
I wonder who must have agreed to sign her on.
You won't believe it. It's the dear devil himself, Barrister Justin Badmus.
Justin? No. What is he doing?
What exactly are you talking about?
I learned from the IPO. You're going to be defending Mrs. Dominas. Is that true?
Yeah.
Why?
Because the case interests me, that's why.
What is wrong with you, Justin? Huh? Are you out of your mind? I mean, no legal practitioner in his right mind wants to touch that case. Not even with a 10-inch long birch pole, Justin. That case is suicide and you know it.
That would be a matter of opinion, wouldn't you say, Beth?
Tell me, Justin, what is it with this face? Because I would have sworn that 2 days ago you were in for hunger and get done with it. What did she do to make you change your mind?
She did nothing other than to convince me of her innocence. And Beth, the way I see it, I mean, if indeed she has some nambolism, then what she needs is treatment, not punishment. I mean, no court would convict a mentally disturbed person. It's not done anywhere.
What other surprise could I ever get? I mean, I can't believe you're saying this. She's totally gotten to you, hasn't she?
I am a professional lawyer. I was taught to keep an open mind.
Oh, don't you tell me that, Justin. Don't! I know you. Go and look at me. Look at me and deny that you're not attracted to her.
Don't be absurd. Come on. I mean, defending Angel has everything to do with professionalism, not some silly attraction. Besides, she's not even my type.
So she's Angel now. No longer Mrs. Dimenas.
You know, I think you need something to drink. What would you like to drink?
Justin, has it occurred to you that I'm extremely upset that you're going to be represent Mrs. Dimenas? Huh? Don't you ask me for a drink?
Okay, then you can sit down.
Oh well, Mr. Dimenas, you're welcome. Please be seated. I actually invited you.
I hope there is no problem.
Oh no, not at all. No problems. Well, I will actually say so far so good. You care for a drink?
Oh no, thank you.
Okay. Mr. Dimenas, I actually invited you to inform you that tomorrow you go on the witness stand.
I see.
From your expression, you look very uncomfortable. Do you think that's a difficult assignment?
Well, Barrister Shola, I must be honest to you, I've never been to any witness stand before.
Oh, if that's the only problem, then I assure you there's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to it. Unless, of course, there are some things that could come as incriminating facts against you that you must let me know.
Things like what?
Something like, what's your relationship with the accused? Listen, I know she's a very beautiful young lady, and any warm-blooded young man will appreciate that fact, if you understand what I mean.
Well, Barrister Shola, if you are insinuating that I had an affair with Angel, then you couldn't be more wrong. You see, I once thought myself in love with her until she made that terrible switch to my father that quickly changed the whole thing. I hated her with perfect hatred, and I hope she rots in jail.
Well, as good as that may sound, I must warn you, Mr. Dimenas, you don't go saying such things on a witness stand, unless, of course, you want the judge to believe that you've got some ulterior motives. Is that clear?
Okay.
I hope it's okay. Now, what I want you to do for me tomorrow is this. Answer every question put across to you exactly the way it is asked. I know the defense counsel will want to build a case. He's going to pry into the depth of your feelings for the accused just to build a case. But please, remain as non-committal as possible. Giving nothing out, taking nothing in. Is that clear?
Alright. I will do just that.
Beautiful. Just do your part and leave the rest.
Alright then. Thank you.
Okay,
I appreciate it.
Have a nice day. My lord, the accused person did, on the night of June the 13th, did inflict grievous bodily harm on the deceased, Chief J.I. Diminas, killing him in the process, and thereby committing murder contrary to section 316, subsection 1 of the Criminal Code. My lord, I ask leave of the court to call my witness.
Granted.
I call Mr. Louis Diminas to the witness stand.
Mr. Louis Diminas, will you please step up to the witness box?
Christian.
You, Louis Diminas, do solemnly swear that the evidence you shall give in this honorable court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
Mr. Louis Diminas, can you tell this honorable court what you saw on the night of June the 13th?
I came back that night around 10:30 p.m. where I sat at the sitting room of my suite having a nightcap. And all of a sudden, I heard a terrible noise coming out of my father's room. The noise was so horrible that I had to rush out of the room. I'm getting to my father's room. I saw. I see.
Mr. Louis Diminas, please, if you could get a hold of yourself and tell this honorable court what you saw when you got to your father's room.
When I got to my father's room, I saw Miss Angel mercilessly stabbing my father. And she was shouting, "Die! Die! Die!"
Order!
And what happened next?
When she saw me, she fell on the floor, pretended to have fainted.
Thank you very much, Mr. Diminas. That will be all for this witness, my lord.
Mr. Louis Diminas, did you attend your father's wedding?
No, I did not.
Can you tell this honorable court why?
Because I didn't like my father's choice of a bride.
Is it true that you and your deceased father quarreled when he made his intentions known to you that he was going to marry the accused, Angel Diminas, because you felt that you found her first and it was your right to have her, not his? You're under oath, Mr. Louis Diminas.
Yes.
Very well then. If you do not mind, could you tell this honorable court where you were on the afternoon of the June of 13th till 10:30 p.m. when you went home to witness the murder?
It was at the hotel, the Palacio.
Precisely where at the Hotel de Palacio were you?
I was at the bar, drinking.
Exactly what were you doing at the bar, Mr. Louis Diminas?
I said I was at the bar drinking.
You were at the bar of the Hotel de Palacio drinking. You had a couple of drinks instead of standing by your father on one of his happiest days of his life. And then afterwards, you went home at 10:30 p.m. and added some more alcoholic spirit to your already drunken state before you went ahead to witness the murder. My lord, it is apparent that the witness wasn't in his right state of mind. Rather, he was under the influence of alcohol. And so, his statement as to what he saw that night cannot be trusted. I'll be all mine.
Walking, she walks on by, and only God knows what she's thinking. 'Cause I see tears in her eyes. It's the pain from the past. She doesn't know how long it will last. She's reminiscing, wishing
Yes,
for the day she'll see at last.
Mrs. Goodness, I'm sorry. Angel, I thought you'd gone home already.
No, I wanted to come by and see you. You know, come by and tell you how grateful I am that you chose to defend me.
Well, thank you, but I'll suggest you don't thank me just yet because we have a long battle ahead of us. You know, somnambulism has never stood up in the court as a form of defense. And getting the jury to accept it now would be kind of like far-fetched or downright impossible. However, if we do win, then we'll be setting a precedent.
And I take it that would go a long way in boosting your career with it?
Absolutely.
And good luck. And thank you again.
Sleepwalking, talking, crying, girl, growing harder as the days go by. She's never stopping, yes, she's a girl in the painful school of life. Trying.
As you can see, my friend, this is not a win situation. A career killer. I am afraid you just made a very big mistake, Justin.
That remains to be seen, Dave.
What more do you want to say, Justin? The lady is a murderer. But the DPP and everyone that gathers to listen to the proceedings believes it to be true. Against that, you will never win, my friend.
Come on, stop being a pessimist, Dave. What is the matter with you? We all know that it's not everyone the court sends to prison that is a criminal. Neither is everyone they acquits to be innocent. You know this, don't you? The key, my friend, is to convince the court to believe in your rhetorics.
I've always known you to be very reckless where lost causes are concerned. But this goes beyond the bound of recklessness, Justin.
Then it's obvious, Dave, that you do not know of the saying that says that life is sweet for those who dare.
How could you? How could you have gone up to that place and messed yourself up with that testimony about going on a drinking spree just before happening on the murder scene? How could you?
I'm sorry, Barrister Shola. I wasn't expecting that question at all. It took me by surprise.
You weren't prepared for what? You weren't prepared by food. What the hell are you talking about? I remember calling you into this office and asking you if there were some things I needed to do. And you answered in the negative, only for you to go up on the witness stand and totally ruin everything.
Barrister, please, I said I am sorry, okay? For whatever is what. Please, please, accept my apology. I am sorry.
Apology accepted. Now, please, Mr. Dominus, could you tell me everything that took place on the night of the murder, leaving nothing out? Do you think you can do that?
You remember I told you that I once thought myself in love with Angel. So with that belief, I threw away my relationship of 3 years breaking my fiance's heart in the process. That day of my father's wedding brought the reality of what I have lost. So I decided to go to my friend's house to lick my wound. Bastards! Bitch! Bitch! I can't believe this. After all I threw away just because of her. I can't believe she's off to the registry right now as we speak just to hook up with my father.
I can hardly believe this myself. But it's true all the same.
Gold digger. I wish I could just lay my hand on that pretty neck of hers. I swear to God, Leo, I would just strangle her for doing this to me.
Let me get something straight, Louis. Is all this ranting about your father's wedding to India because you've lost her?
God forbid. I am only angry just because it took me time to realize that she was no good for me. Just look at the way I threw Cathy away. If I remember the way and manner I threw Cathy away, I just feel like kicking myself on the balls.
Tough luck, isn't it, man? But I warned you and you wouldn't listen. I told you. I did.
Are you blaming me? Don't blame me, man. Come on. You saw everything for yourself. Huh? Listen, let's face the fact here. You see, Angel is an aphrodisiac any man would die for any time, any day.
Come on, that's a matter of opinion. Well, if you ask me, I didn't see anything in her. Well, Louis, what has happened. And sitting here wallowing in self-pity will not change that. Do you understand?
What do I do now? What do you suggest I do now to put myself together again?
Not by sitting here, that's for sure. Come, let's go out. I know just one thing to wake you up.
Which is?
We are going to the bar.
Bar?
The surest way to deal with the heartbreak is to get stinking drunk. Dr. Spade, I promise.
Yeah, right. Okay, all right.
She doesn't know how. Trying. She tries.
I hate her with perfect hatred.
You've said that severally. In fact, from my house all the way to this place, you've been chanting it like a song.
Are you laughing at me, man?
Hey, no, man. Come on. How can I laugh at you?
You know, I regret the day I set my eyes on her. I regretted ever allowing her to come between me and Cathy. I know she's a beautiful girl.
That I don't know. To tell you the truth, you behaved like a bastard.
I know. You don't need to remind me. I behaved like an asshole.
Drink up. Drink up!
I guess Leo had no way of knowing what trouble lay in front of me. He wouldn't have suggested getting drunk. We went to the bar, so we got drunk that night. He took me back to the house and dropped me in front of my house. Then the rest, you know.
You see, Mr. Dominguez, I really wish you had told me this earlier. I would have figured out how to run around it.
So, What happens now?
I don't know. I don't know. I have to start building up your defense from scratch again. Otherwise, we're finished.
Walking, she walks on by, and only God knows what she's thinking.
Louis,
'Cause I see
why don't you stop working up yourself so bad? And tell me what the lawyer had to say about the outcome of your cross-examination in court today.
He didn't have to say anything. Everybody in the court, including myself, knows that I deemed myself today with a testimony. Even Barrister Shola is no longer optimistic that we are going to win the trial. So?
I know I caused it all. If I hadn't taken you to the bar to get drunk, you won't be in this mess.
No, you don't have to say that, Leo, okay? You did what best for a friend to do. Alright? You see, the fact is that you even saved a soul. Because if I had gotten home clear-headed that night, it would have been a different ball game. When I ran into my father's room with Angel stabbing my father.
No matter how long you try to shield me, Louis, I know I messed things up. And I'm sorry. I just pray and hope everything works out in the end.
I messed up.
What you do as a form of employment?
I worked as Chief Dimina's bodyguard. Later, I was posted to Mrs. Dimina's as her personal bodyguard. That was after the engagement.
And how long were you in this deceased's employ?
4 years.
4 years. So that would go to say that you're in a very good position to tell this honorable court what kind of man Chief Dimina's was.
Chief was a fair and just man, though he doesn't accept failure. But he's a kind-hearted man who loved life to the fullest.
And what happened when Mrs. Dimina's came into the picture?
When Mrs. Dimina's came into Chief's life, she brought this vibrancy that none of us have seen before. Chief seemed fulfilled and happier having her around. It was obvious that Mrs. Dimina's loved Chief and makes him happy.
Now, Mr. Samuel Adoho, if I may quote, you said that it was obvious that Mrs. Dimina's loved her husband. Can you tell this honorable court how much?
Mrs. Dimina's was very protective of Chief. That I used to think that she would be very devastated should anything happen to him.
That'll be all, Mr. Samuel Adoho. That'll be all, my lord.
Any cross-examination?
Mr. Samuel, you said, and I quote, she brought such vibrancy into Chief's life that none of us had ever seen before. Then you said, and I quote again, it was no doubt that Mrs. Dimina's loved him and made him happy. Now, your first statement connotes a collective opinion, which meant that most of you in the deceased's employment thought the same way. Now, your second statement, is that also connotative of collective opinion? Or were you just speaking in a manner of personal opinion?
Well, that was my opinion.
Good. In other words, you will agree with me that while you were there harboring such opinions, that she loved him, someone else in the same employment could have had a contrary opinion that she didn't.
Objection, my lord. counsel is leading the witness.
Objection sustained.
Begging your pardon, my lord. I was only trying to point out to this honorable court that while the accused made such a show of loving her husband so well, she was actually working under a guise that would make it easier for her to achieve her objective, which was to murder him. And if his lordship permits, I would love to call to the witness stand a witness who would help me establish this matter.
Please, call the witness. You may step down.
Thank you, madam.
I call on Mr. Alfred Stone.
Mr. Alfred Stone, could you please step into the witness box?
Please, sir, could you tell this honorable court what your names are and what you do for a living?
My name is Alfred Stone, the managing director for Bellissima Interior, an interior decoration firm.
You used to be the accused person's employer before she got married?
Not really.
Please, can you explain yourself, Mr. Stone?
Well, Miss Phillips, as she used to be known, stopped coming to work when she was appointed to undertake Chief Dimena's orphanage project, which was donated to the less privileged. I was informed by my fiancée that she was going on a trip, and she was picked up by a car with Dimena's crest.
Mr. Stone, who was or what was your fiancée to the accused?
She used to be her friend and flatmate.
Used to be, which implies, and I take it to mean, that they are no longer friends. Why?
Well, my fiancée found out that I had slept with Miss Phillips.
Order! Silence in court!
Mr. Stone, can you tell these honorable court why the accused person chose to sleep with you?
She lured me so I could give her the orphanage project.
Can you recall and recount to these honorable courts what her exact words were when she was making a bid for this orphanage project?
Well, she said the orphanage project was an opportunity she's been waiting for all her life, and there was no way she was going to let go of it. I protested, but then she said if I give her what she wants, then she will also give me what I've been longing for. And that my wife, fiancée, wouldn't know about it.
Thank you very much. That will be all for this witness, my lord.
Why in heaven's name didn't you tell me that you had a long string of lovers trailing you? Why?
Come on, Justin. I never told you I was a saint. And I don't remember telling you I was a virgin either.
You know, you could have been a bit more circumspect about it instead of jumping from one bed to the other like a trollop when you knew you were going to commit murder.
Don't you dare use that judgmental tone with me, Justin. You have no idea what it was like growing up in the slums, okay? Fine, I may have perfected the skill of using my body to get what I want. But that was so I could survive in this harsh society of ours.
Oh, please don't tell me now. You also slept with your boss so you could survive, huh?
And I guess old habits die hard.
Look at me. Do you have any more surprises you're going to spring up on me? Because if you do, I can't take any more of that kind of shock that I took in the courtroom today. Angel, I am your lawyer. I deserve to know the truth. That's the only way we can win this case. Do you understand?
There's nothing to tell, Justin. You know, it's clear to me now that after all this time you still don't believe in my innocence. Well, okay then. Do the job for the money I'm paying you. Which, need I remind you, is to prove to the court that I'm innocent.
Walking, she walks on by, and only God knows what she's thinking. 'Cause I see tears in her eyes. It's the pain from the past. She doesn't know how long it will last.
Hey, where do you think you're going to? Don't you think it is rather too soon to get another lover, considering the fact that you just murdered your husband?
Louis, you reek of alcohol. I suggest you go under the shower and get some
Hey. I warned you, didn't I? Huh? I told you that if you don't call off this fears you and my father call marriage, now he is no more, and I will make you suffer. Huh?
Get your filthy hands off me. You disgust me.
Do I? Huh? Yes. Do I? Do I care? Huh? I told you. I warned you, didn't I? By the time I threw you out of this empire, without even a cheap gold written on your name, you gold digger.
You know, you have so much confidence. You are the one who's left with little or nothing in your father's will.
You crap! I will deal with you! I have all the contact. Make you suffer.
Justin, you have to come and help me. You need to help me, please. You need to get me out of here.
Wait. Hold on. Just hold on a second. Calm down. Just calm down, take it easy, and tell me what the problem is. Take it easy, okay? Take a deep breath and tell me, what is it?
It's Louis. The guy is in such a rage.
What about Louis? What's wrong with him?
I swear he's threatening heaven and earth. I'm afraid he might kill me before the final verdict. Do you understand?
Oh.
I don't feel safe here any longer. You need to get me out of here.
Okay, don't worry, relax. I'll be there.
Walking,
take it easy.
She walks on by, and only God knows what she's thinking. 'Cause I see tears in her eyes. It's the pain from the past. She doesn't know how long it will last. She's reminiscing, wishing for the day she'll see at last. Sleepwalking, talking, crying, girl, growing harder as the days go by. She's never stopping, yes, she's a girl in the painful school of life.
Trying, she tries to smile, but the devil has been watching. No room for joy in her life. It's the pain from the past. She doesn't know how long it will last.
She's reminiscing, wishing for the day she'll see at last. Sleepwalking, talking, crying, girl, growing harder as the days go by. She's never stopping, yes, she's a girl in the painful school of life. Sleepwalking, talking, crying,
So, where is this place?
My family used to come here on holidays. It's just a little property that my father bought and then built to his taste. So we call it the Badmus Holiday Cabin. So what do you think? Hey, if you're worried about safety, it's truly safe out here, all right? Just a few collection of my friends can find their way down here. Believe me.
No, I'm just wondering if he made all his money from just, defending innocent people.
My father was a big son, he advocated for big multinational companies, and that's how he made his money. And so, I'm trying to follow his footsteps. Thank you. The kitchen isn't actually stocked, but I could rustle up some things if you are hungry, that is.
No. I'm fine. I don't think I can find my answer just yet.
Do you have any clue as to why Louis is aggressive towards you? Does he think that you killed his father on purpose or something?
Actually, the truth is, Louis and I have never really gotten along. Not since I picked his dad over him. So, am I going to be here all by myself? I mean, this place is huge.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I could come around and spend a couple of days with you so you can get used to the house, if you don't mind.
I would like that. Thank you.
Let me see you off to your room.
Okay.
So, my father, he loves painting and artwork,
Yes, I can see. Spent a lot of money there, didn't you?
Yeah, fraction of what he has.
I was actually coming to check up.
Yeah, no, Beth, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm okay.
I can see you're having a busy day.
Yeah, Monday mornings are usually very hectic. Which prompts me to ask, what are you doing out here? Because it's unusual seeing you outside the office, especially on a Monday.
And I did not become so predictable.
No, not that. Just dedicated.
Thank you. Really, I take that as a compliment and I'm grateful. Thank you.
Okay.
Dave, I haven't seen Justin. I went to his house and the gate man said he hasn't been home since last night. So I was wondering if, you could help me, like, where he is.
No. Have you tried calling him?
His number is not available. It's switched off.
Then he must be in the cabin. He usually goes there when things are too much for him. Have you tried checking him out there?
The cabin? I didn't know that he, I'm sorry, Dave. I didn't know. I don't know where the cabin is located.
You mean Justin has not taken you to the cabin?
No.
Okay, come and let me give you the address.
Thank you very much.
Walking, she walks on by, and only God knows what she's thinking. 'Cause I see tears in her eyes. It's the pain from the past. She doesn't know how long it will last. She's reminiscing, wishing for the day she'll say at last. Sleepwalking, talking, crying, girl, growing harder as the days go by. She's never stopping, yes, she's a girl in the painful school of life.
Trying, she tries to smile, but the devil has been watching. No room for joy in her life. It's the pain from the past. She doesn't know how long it will last.
She's reminiscing, wishing for the day she'll see at last. Sleepwalking, talking, crying, girl, growing harder as the days go by. She's never stopping, yes, she's a girl.
What's the matter? Talk to me. What's the problem?
What happened last night?
What?
I woke up, I found myself in your bed. How did I get there?
Angel, you came to my bedroom by yourself.
I don't remember.
What are you trying to tell me? That you were sleepwalking? That you don't remember anything last night?
It's possible. I don't.
Not anything at all?
No, I'm sorry.
You're sorry. Angel, we made love. It was the most wonderful thing that's happened to me. And you're telling me you don't remember?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean for this to happen.
You didn't mean for it to happen like this. You know what that is? Do you know what it means? It means we had it without your consent, and that's almost like rape.
I'm sorry. This is what I have become, Justin. Please. I've lost my sanity. I've lost my identity, and I'm about to lose my freedom because of this mental disorder I have. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. I shouldn't have involved you in this. I'm sorry. I mean, I should have known Louis would take out his frustration on you.
Oh, come on. Stop it. Don't berate yourself. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. You didn't know your stepson was going to attack me in the first place, did you? He's just a raving lunatic. That's what he is.
I knew that, and I didn't warn you. Tell me, how do I make it up to you?
You don't have to make anything up to me. Please, no. There are too many uncertainties right now. I don't think we should complicate things more than...
I'm not complicating anything. I know what I'm doing.
Justin? Justin? Justin?
Well, hello.
Where is Justin?
Oh, I'm sure he's around somewhere.
Oh. Have you come to the... Hi.
Can I talk to you for a minute?
Sure. This way.
How long has she been with you, Justin?
We came in yesterday. She's no more safe in her house because her stepson is threatening her life.
What is wrong with you? Huh? Do you know you've gone beyond the bounds of the laws by bringing her here? You're harboring her for Christ's sakes!
I know.
I thought we had something good going. Why this now?
I don't know. I don't know how come. I just can't explain it.
Should I strike this off as just another fling?
I wouldn't want you to do that to yourself again. And I love her.
So it's goodbye then. You know you're going to have to hand over her case to another attorney. You're no longer fit to handle her case.
I want to see this case to the end, Beth. I do.
What are you asking me to do? Huh? Cover you up? Okay. I will. But you have to be careful.
Thank you.
You know, I hope she makes you happy. But somehow, I don't think she will.
Walking, she walks on by, and only God knows what she's thinking. 'Cause I see tears in her eyes. She doesn't know how long.
Now, Dr. Evans, you were working with St. Bernard's Hospital for the Mentally Ill as at 15 years ago when the accused, Mrs. Angel Diminus, was admitted as a patient under the name of Angel Phillips, right?
That's right.
Now, could you please tell this honorable court what were your observations when the accused was under your care?
When Miss Phillips was admitted as a patient 8 years back, it was discovered after a long observation that she was suffering from a disease called somnambulism.
Now, Dr. Evans, could you please explain in layman terms what you mean by the accused is somnambulic?
Well, somnambulism is a state of mental disorder where a patient loses lucidity for a certain period of time, at which point the patient can do certain things without having knowledge of the deed when he or she regains lucidity.
Now, doctor, tell us, could causing death of something or someone be of such deeds?
Indeed. Actually, there are several cases on that. I have a patient who killed his favorite dog and regained consciousness to find his dog dead and could not explain what happened.
One more question, Dr. Evans. Would you say that sleepwalking is a form of somnambulism?
Yes, indeed it is. That was the form of disorder Miss Phillips suffering from.
The very last question, doctor. Is there the possibility that such sickness of the mind can be fully treated?
No. The patient has to go through a therapy, but it doesn't completely go away.
Thank you, doctor. That'll be all, my lord. Ready for your thoughts?
I didn't hear you coming.
Sure. Care to tell me what you were thinking?
You know, someone once described me as a beautiful butterfly that likes to flight away before she's tamed. I'm beginning to think he wasn't far from the truth.
I don't understand.
Beautiful butterfly feels caged. I feel like I'm in prison already, and I don't like it. Don't.
Hey, Angel, I understand how you feel perfectly. But you see, you've got to be a little more patient. Because the court...
The court is taking forever in pronouncing their judgment. It's driving me crazy. Can I ever be free? Will this butterfly ever fly again, Justin?
You know, I truthfully can't answer that question. Because it's left for the judge to decide whether you get your freedom or not. The one thing I can say is what I've usually promised, which is to sway that decision on our side.
He's a teacher, teach me how to live, teach me how to be strong, teach me how to move on. Oh, life is a teacher. As a thought, a bed of roses, when the opens, beyond the dark clouds, I hear your face, living in a crazy world. Oh, life.
Barrister Shola, so as it stands right now, do you still think that we stand a chance? Or do you still think the judge will decide the case in our favor come tomorrow?
See, in all honesty, one doesn't really know. You know, you know that Mrs. Dimina's lawyer has put up a good defense on her account. But then you'll never know the mind of a judge. And we'll never be privy to that until tomorrow.
Well, I still take that as a little consolation. You know, Barrister Shola, I stand to lose virtually everything. Everything that is rightfully belong to me. You and I knows that Angel is a murderer and should be put behind bars where she deserves to be.
Well, I completely agree with you, Mr. Diminus, but we will still have to wait for that. I mean, no one doubts the fact that she married your father just because of what she could gain from the union. And I'm sure that whatever sympathies the judge must have for her would have expired on account. But even then, we'll still have to wait till tomorrow to know the outcome.
Okay. Alright, until tomorrow then.
Tomorrow.
Living in a crazy world. Oh, life is a teacher. Teach me how to live.
Where is she? Where have you hidden her, you adulterous bastard?
How dare you call me names, you son of a dog? How dare you?
I want to know where you've hidden her. Where have you hidden the whore?
Far away. From where you will ever see her or lay your dirty, filthy, stinking hands on her anymore.
What you trying to write?
Now listen. The next time you presume to lay your hands on me, by God, I will stamp assault and battery charge on you that you will spend the rest of your forsaken life fighting.
She walks on by, and only God knows what she's thinking. 'Cause I see tears in her eyes. It's the pain from the past. She doesn't know how long it will last. She's reminiscing, wishing for the day she'll see at last. Sleepwalking, talking, crying, girl, growing harder as the days go by. She's never stopping, yes, she's a girl in the painful school of life.
Trying, she tries to smile.
Disappearance by the accused person systematically and conscientiously schemed and plotted her way into the deceased person's life, as can be seen by her callous seduction of her boss, her flatmate's fiancé, at the cost of their friendship. Then she proceeded to carry out her objective, which was to murder Chief J.I. Diminas and make away with his estate worth 50 billion naira, 75% of which was bequeathed to her by the deceased. Whether in his right senses or not now cannot, unfortunately, be established. But I believe that is how the accused person wanted it to be. There can be no question of love here, my lord, because as we have been made to see from the plethora of evidences presented in this honorable court, the accused person is the type of person whom we say in layman's language uses what she has to get what she wants. As such, my lord, I believe that the accused person was in her lucid moment where she had all her faculties intact when she murdered Chief J.I. Diminas, cold-blooded, her husband of 12 hours, thereby making her guilty of first-degree murder according to section 316, subsection 1. And I posit, my lord, that she be punished accordingly. I rest my case, my lord.
Counsel, defense, and rest.
My lord, it is true that the defense of somnambulism does not stand in the Nigerian law court. However, that does not prove it to be false. Because the fact of such mental conditions where one loses all consciousness, one can do things, even go as far as committing murder without one remembering what he or she has done afterwards. This is the case of my client right here, my lord. I do not see the relevance to rehearse the issue of her sleeping around with men or how she went about it. Because we are all conditioned by the environment we find ourselves and should not be judged by what we have become. Notwithstanding, my lord, my client here grew up in the slums of Ajegunle, where we all know that crime and promiscuity is the order of the day. But that notwithstanding, my client rose above all this to become a respectable, working class lady and citizen of this country, where she was known for her expertise and her dexterity in interior decoration that even her boss noted when he came around here. And so, my client went ahead and married Chief J.I. Diminas, the deceased. My client truly and indeed loved her husband. There is a notion, there's a misconception I would like to correct here, my lord. My client did not sleep with her boss in order to trap the deceased, but rather to secure a contract. My client here truly and indeed loved her husband. I do not see the possibility of her murdering her own husband on the night of her wedding, which happens to be her own birthday. I beg the leave of the court to say that there are more sophisticated ways in committing murder rather than using dagger to the chest. My client was definitely not in the right frame of mind. As a matter of fact, she was sleepwalking. My lord, it will be a great and grave injustice if my client is convicted of a crime she did not know when she committed it. So I will say this, that my client, all she needs now is a psychiatric doctor and not a jailkeeper's. I rest my case, my lord.
The court will proceed on a 15-minute recess while I consider my judgment. I rise. This is my judgment. The accused person can be said to have lived a reckless life, but the person's lifestyle cannot be used as circumstantial evidence against him in a case as serious as murder. In view of the defense counsel's presentation, it is evident that the accused person was not in her right state of mind when she committed the offense, and as such cannot be held responsible. I therefore find the accused not guilty as charged. However, she will be remanded at the psychiatric custody at the discretion of the state government. Case dismissed. I rise.
Walking, she walks on by, and only God knows what she's thinking, 'cause I see tears in her eyes. It's the pain.
Good day, sir.
Good day.
I suppose you are Mr. Louis Demings.
Yes, any problem?
Yeah, I'm from the chambers. I have a letter for you.
The chambers. Okay. I hope there is no problem.
Not at all.
What is inside?
I'm not privy to that information, sir. Sorry, I'd rather sign it, sir.
God! I can't believe this. Louis, I can't believe what you're telling me. You mean what that bitch said is true? That your father actually bequeathed all that he was worth to her? I have never seen this kind of thing before in my whole life. I have never. This is just a shame. But that's the truth. You had better believe it, man. At least I saw my father's will from his lawyer today. Oh my God, oh my God. Louis, how come you did not heed my warning? I knew it from the get-go that Angel was up to no good. I warned you. I told you. That I was carried away by her beauty. I was carried away by her stupid beauty. Now that same beauty is about to put me into trouble. It's about to destroy me completely. This is amazing to say the least. Are you sure Angel is telling the truth about not being with her senses when she stabbed your father? Because from what she just said,
I am more inclined to thinking she killed him intentionally.
Oh man, you know I don't believe that story one bit. She might have succeeded in selling that crap to my father's lawyer, Justin. But she can't fool me. One bit, she can't.
So, what are you going to do now?
Lewis, I'm in a dilemma. Devastated. I'm confused. I really don't know what to do, nor what to think of. But Angel will never, will not, and cannot take away what rightfully belonged to me. At least not without a fight. That I am sure of.
Justin, have you read today's papers?
No, why?
You won't believe what I just read.
What is it?
The newly elected governor of Lagos State has just granted amnesty to 10 prisoners. And guess what? Angel Deminard is among them who were released.
David, is this some kind of joke or something?
No, it's also here. As part of his better present. The newly elected governor of Lagos State, Jimo Brahimo, has just released 10 prisoners.
Give me that.
Oh my God. It's true. Dave, it's true! Dave, it's true! Angel is free! Angel is free! Oh my God! Are you kidding? Oh my God, kids! Oh my God, kids! I need to get to the hospital right away. I'll see you around, my brother. I'll see you around. I'll see you around. I thought I should.
Walking, she walks on by, and only God knows what she's thinking. 'Cause I see tears in her eyes. It's the pain on the past. She doesn't know how.
Yeah, thank you very much. How are you today?
I'm fine.
Yes, what about the patient in room 12?
Mrs. Diminas, you mean?
Yes, yes, sir.
Are you in any way related to her?
Well, sort of, yeah. I hope there's no problem.
Well, sit.
Okay.
Well, on the contrary, she was granted bail by the state governor today. Which is not surprising, because I never really believed she was mentally sick. But who am I to talk? I'm only but a junior staff here.
So, where is she now?
She was picked up by the governor's boys on the honorable's instructions. You see.
Alright, thank you very much, Doc.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Take it easy.
Yes, yes, welcome.
Your Excellency,
Yeah.
I must show my appreciation for what you've done. You have no idea how grateful I am that you brought me out of that madhouse. I'm just curious to know why you did it.
Why I did it? Of course, you may not know it, but you did me a great favor when you decided to terminate your husband's life.
I see. You're a member of DPD party.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh.
You see, if he was still alive, he would have been named the party candidate for the governorship instead of me. Besides, I wanted to meet the woman who ingeniously masterminded the killing of such a great feat. My dear, what you did there was a total coup.
Your Excellency, my husband on purpose.
Angel, you are priceless. Looking at you, nobody will believe that all that innocence is just a facade, hiding the real you.
And what is the real me, sir?
Yes, I see a ruthless woman who knows what she really wants in life and ready to go to the extreme to achieve it, no matter the price she has to pay.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah, that's okay with me, my dear.
Your Excellency, can I ask a favor of you?
Sure. You know, I would do anything for you if it's within my power to do so.
I need to disappear. I need to go away for a while, and I need your help. You know, just long enough for the dust following my husband's death to die down.
You have a point there. Consider it done.
Thank you so much, sir.
Walking, she walks on by, and only God knows what she's thinking. 'Cause I see tears in her eyes.
There you are. I've been waiting for you. About time you showed up.
Whatever for.
Well, I need you to pick your shoes, clothes, and whatever belongs to you personally out of this house.
Why?
Oh, I sold the house and everything.
What?
Okay, I'll be on my way now. Jacob will be here to ensure that you pick only your personal belongings and not a pin extra.
She came to the house with some tough-looking talks. She commanded them to throw me out of the house. She seized the car key that was bought in my father's name. My key. She would have seized every other thing if she had seen them.
God! That lady's a witch. I have never seen anything like this before. Are you sure this is not some revenge plotted against your family? Because if you ask me, I'll say this is gone beyond the ordinary.
No, I don't think this is a revenge. Because I've never set my eyes before on her, neither my dad. I don't know Angel from Adams. The fact is that Angel is a sophisticated descendant daughter of devil. She is demonically possessed.
Louis, I'm sorry. Truly I am. Tell you what, you're welcome to stay here for as long as it takes you to find your feet.
Thanks, man. Thanks. You're just like a brother to me.
Oh, come on. I'm only doing what I'm supposed to do as a friend. You know what? I have to run along. Gotta go to work.
Man, I appreciate it.
I'll see you when I come back.
Thank you very much.
See you later.
I appreciate it. I'm grateful.
No problem, bro.
Thanks.
See you later.
Thanks.
You're welcome to my office, Mr. Dimnas. I must say it's an honor to have you, the son of a great man, as your father in my office.
Thank you very much, Barrister B. Thank you.
Please accept my sincere condolence. I learned about your father's unfortunate demise.
Thank you very much. Talking about my father's death, that's exactly why I am here.
So why don't you go on and tell me how Obi and Obi Chambers will be of help to you?
Well, Barrister Obi, you are aware that my father died immediately after his wedding night. The same woman who killed my father convinced my father to bequeath virtually everything that was rightfully mine to her, leaving me the heir apparent next to nothing.
I see. What you're saying is that you feel that the will is unjust and you want to contest it?
Exactly, that's why I'm here.
Did you by any means bring a copy of your late father's last will and testament with you?
Oh,
I'd like to see
I have it, sir.
And study it. I now see why you feel you've been cheated, Mr. Dimnas. But you know, in cases like this, it must be proven beyond every reasonable doubt that the benefactor, who in this case is your father, was not in the right frame of mind when he made out his will. And to prove this most times is most unusually very difficult.
I know that, Barrister, and I also know that my father was not in the right frame of mind when he made that will. Otherwise, how could he have done such a dastardly thing?
You may see it that way, Mr. Dimnas. But in the eyes of the law, your father's wife is recognized as his immediate kin before any other offspring. And in law, a man also has a right to divide his estate any way he deems fit.
I don't agree with you, sir. Not when the said wife forces you to write a will against your wish. A will that can be described as a disaster. Huh? Then in turn, she turns around to kill you just immediately after your wedding night. And so this whole thing stings to me like a motive, if you ask me.
Mr. Dimnas, your late father's last will and testament may not be seen as to have anything to do with your father's death. You must bear that in mind. Not if your father's wife is acquitted of the murder charge.
Well, I must also bring to your notice that that said wife is somewhere right now having the fun of her life with the same man who she calls her attorney. The same man that wrote the will for my father's attorney. So you see, this whole thing seems to me like a conspiracy.
I think you have a point there.
I do have a point, sir.
See what I'll do, Mr. Dimnas. I will take your petition to court. I will help you fight for your inheritance.
Thank you very, very much, sir. I will appreciate that.
Well, I'm not promising you anything now, but I'm sympathetic with your plight. I will help you.
Thank you very, very much, Barrister Obi. I will be indebted to you if you will do this for me.
The 2 weeks from the day she was granted bail, and she has not called or contacted you in any way.
I just don't know. You know, I've thought of virtually everything that may have gone wrong. I keep making excuses as to a reason for not looking for me. But still, there is this deep-seated fear in me that I may have been deceived.
Well, as you have it, man, I told you that that woman was up to no good. But you never listened. You never believed me. Now where is your angel? Where is she?
You know, there is something the doctor at the psychiatric hospital said to me. That is just as well that she was granted bail because he never believed that she's mentally ill.
Does that mean the sleepwalking and all she said was all lies?
David, I honestly don't want to believe that. But I'm beginning to think that our so-called angel is not what she says she is. And if that is true, then that means I meant nothing to her. Absolutely nothing. That means I was just a pawn in a game.
Teach me how to live. Teach me
That reminds me. Speaking about the fairer sex, guess who I saw today?
Who?
Cathy.
Cathy? Which Cathy?
Your Cathy, of course.
Interesting.
I ran into her at the supermarket where I'd gone to get some stuff.
So how is she?
She's fine. She says she's been busy traveling, visiting friends. But I call it running away from you.
What do you reckon with running away?
From you.
What do you reckon with running away?
From you.
From me?
From the heartbreak you caused her when you dumped her in favor of Angel.
Hey, come on, man. Don't remind me of my predicament, okay? You see, I behaved like an asshole to Cathy. And I know that.
From that, I take it you still have feelings for her.
What can I say? That was stupid of me. Stupid of me. And to say that it took the death of my father for me to realize that shocking realization that what Angel has always meant to me was just a mirage.
So, now you realize you've never stopped loving Cathy. What will you do?
What can I do, man? So many things are weighing me down now. So many things. The death of my father, the court brouhaha. And besides, she would never, ever give me a second chance. And you know it.
No. You see, if it's any help, she sends her condolences.
You're right. To say that she gives her condolence after all I did to her, that means she's making a show of it.
No. That's not it. You're getting it all wrong.
And what is it?
The way she sounded when we were discussing you. Obvious she never got over you.
Man.
I tell you, she still harbors some leftover feelings for you.
Come on, Leo, don't even go there, okay? Come on, how can you say such a thing after all I did to her? Huh? Come on, man. I behaved like an asshole to her.
Well, you will never know unless you seek her out. You know what they say. That's the way love goes.
Dave, I'm telling you, Mr. Badamosi is being unnecessarily difficult. I mean, I told him to give me the case file for what we need to win this case, but he won't give me. And I strongly believe that's because he has some skeletons in his cupboard.
So why is he holding the file?
I have no idea whatsoever. How can we go on and win the case? And that's putting me in the fix. Hold on a second. Hey, hello?
You don't really know me, but Justin. I used to be Angel Dimina's flatmate. My name is Dora. I understand you are her lawyer on the murder case.
Yes, this is it.
The reason I'm calling is Angel left a little something of hers behind when she was packing up. And I was wondering if we could come and get it.
What did you say the address was again? Okay. Alright, then I'll see you shortly, okay?
Alright.
Yeah, alright, bye.
What was that?
That was Angel's former flatmate. She said she had something that she wanted to deliver it to Angel, and that she believes that since I'm her attorney, I can deliver it for her. So I have to go get it right away. Okay? Alright then. I'll see you around.
Hello.
Hello, Miss Dora.
sorry to bother you this way. It's just I didn't know who else to contact.
Not at all, it's not a bother at all.
Can I offer you anything? A drink maybe?
Oh, no. I'm driving.
Why don't you sit where I go get the box?
Yes, thank you.
Here, this is it. Okay. I think she was overexcited the day she left for the trip. Otherwise, she wouldn't have forgotten the box.
Why would you say that?
Well, I've caught her more than once riffling through the content. I think she was very much attached to it.
Miss Dora, do you mind if I ask you a question?
What is it you want to know, Barrister?
Do you believe that Angel may have intentionally killed her husband?
The case is over and done with. What I think surely does not matter.
Yeah, true that. But still, I have a couple of issues I would like to resolve. And having been a flatmate, I was hoping that you would be in a very good position to tell me who she really is.
Barrister, Angel was everything, but she was not a saint. She was a very bitter woman. She had so much hate in her. It was scary.
Scary? How?
For instance, some nights after we had packed in here, I heard her screaming, and I thought she was having a nightmare. But on getting here, what I saw was more than a nightmare.
What did you see, Miss Dora?
I saw Angel tied to her bed screaming that someone was coming after her to hurt her. But what was so horrible was that it was obvious that she was the one who had tied herself to the bed. It is when it happened for a second time I realized she needed help.
What happened the second time?
The second time around, she had a knife with her, which she used to destroy the couch pillows. All this while screaming that he must pay for all the pain he had caused her and her family. She said he must die.
Do you know who she was talking about?
I didn't have an idea until I learned that she had stabbed her husband to death. Then it all started making sense to me. She slept with my fiancé in order to achieve her purpose. Because she knew it meant getting her closer to her target. I'm sorry, Barrister. I think Chief Dimenas was the boogeyman in Angel's dreams. She had always meant to kill him.
Sometimes it could boil the like a mighty breeze and put you in a crazy state of mind. Oh, life is a teacher. Teach me how to live. Teach me how to be strong. When the opens, the only door closes. Anger you find yourself living in a crazy world. Oh, life is our teacher, teaching me how to live, teaching me how to be strong.
This is beautiful. You see, it's very, very nice. I mean, looking from the space and everything, oh my God.
How come I keep bumping into you?
We'll meet again.
How have you been?
I'm fine. What are you doing here?
I should be asking you that. I live here.
You don't mean it.
Actually, my brother owns the place, so he left it for me to manage.
Serious?
Yeah.
Boy, this place is wonderful. Yeah. You see, Louis Kathy's family actually owns this place. She's the landlady. Oh. You see, Kathy. Louis actually came to look at the place to see if it appeals to him. He wants to rent it.
So that would be when health freezes us all.
Kathy, listen to me. I am sorry. I know this is neither the place nor the time to talk about this. But sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, I want to apologize for everything that I've done to you.
If you don't get out of here, I am going to call the police. Then you have no illusions at what sorry means.
Kathy, you don't need to be that. Kathy, listen.
Walking, she walks on by, and only God knows what she's thinking. 'Cause I see tears in her eyes. It's the pain from the past. She doesn't know.
Yeah, any luck yet?
No, she's not picking her line.
Well, you can't blame her. Considering what you've done to her, you don't expect her to be hopping up in happiness at the prospect of the both of you coming back together.
I realize that, Leo. You see, I also know that it was fate that brought us together this time. Nevertheless, I'm giving her all the time in the world to think about it.
Don't worry.
Besides, I already have enough on my hands.
Don't worry, Louis. Everything's going to work out just fine. You'll see.
You're right. I fervently pray for that too. And God, I can't believe how miserable my life has become just in a twinkle of an eye.
Come on, relax, bro. Relax.
Trying, she tries to smile, but the devil has been watching. No room for joy in her life. It's the pain from the past. She doesn't know how long it will last.
She's reminiscing, wishing for the day she'll see at last. Sleepwalking, talking, crying, girl, growing harder as the days go by. She's never stopping, yes, she's a girl in the painful school of life. Sleepwalking, talking, crying, girl, growing harder as the days go by.
Barrister Obi, I'm curious.
Young man, I'm afraid the court decision was not in your favor. Your stepmother took the victory.
Angel is not my stepmother. She's a swine!
That's by the way, Mr. Dimnas. Mr. Dimnas, why didn't you tell me that your beg your pardon, your father's wife, I mean to say, has a good rapport with the state governor?
That's not true. That's not true. The newly appointed governor was my father's rival.
But not his wife's, it appears. Because it was the state governor that personally intervened and arranged for the case to be thrown out of court.
Wait a minute. Are you trying to say that the governor ordered the judge to kick out the case?
Yes, that was why I was called to a meeting with the judge, where in the presence of the governor and myself, he ruled in favor of Mrs. Angel Dimnas. This country. Take my advice, my son. Go and make peace with your father's wife. See if she can cut you a slice. That is the only way for you now. Because you can't fight her. She has all it takes to overpower you.
Please come.
Sweetie, I'm cooking something in the kitchen. Or haven't you noticed?
Like I care. Listen, I don't mind going hungry for days so long as I don't get around, okay? I'll be fine.
As sweet as that may sound, I can't have you starve yourself for me. So I'm cooking everything you need through the week, so when I'm gone you have something to eat.
Honestly, I don't want you to go. Baby, come and live with me. Nobody's gonna bat an eyelid. I mean, hey, think of it. We're getting married in a month.
But baby, you've had patience for so long. Next month is not so far. Besides, it's not good omen for the groom to see the bride on the morning of their wedding.
Rubbish. I already feel you're my wife, so that doesn't matter anymore. Please, just go home, pack some few stuff, come live with me. Okay, if you don't mind, you will sleep in the guest room and I won't touch you. Okay, yeah, please. Just go live with me. Just go home, pack some stuff, that's all. Okay? Please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Alright, so I'm going to the kitchen, alright?
I am hungry now, so hurry.
I know.
Hello, Dora.
How did you get in here?
I used my key, of course.
What do you want?
Come on now, that's no way to welcome an old friend. Well, I came to get something that belongs to me. Where is it?
What is that?
My box. I went to my room and didn't find it there. So you couldn't have destroyed it. Where is it?
Well, I gave it to...
You gave it to who?
I expected you to come back for it. When I didn't see you, I called...
You called? Who?
Well, Justin Badmus. He has it.
Have you any idea what you've done? Do you have any clue what's in that box?
So, it's true. It's all lies. Including the life you said you've been living, it's all lies. All just to get at one person? Angel?
I killed Chief Dimnas. And I will do it over and over again because he deserved it.
What on earth did he do to you that made you hate him so much?
He killed me first. destroyed everything that life meant to me. Do you have any idea what it feels like to watch your parents being killed right in front of you? Dimenas killed my parents and raped me. I was only 12. And yet the society my father was fighting to protect stood back, folded their arms and watched him get away with it. He was discharged and acquitted just like that. And I wasn't having it.
You wasn't having it. And so, you nursed this inside of you for what, 15 years of your life? For the right opportunity to carry out your master plan? What about your sleepwalking?
I stopped sleepwalking a long time ago.
And Dr. Evans?
It's fake. Everybody has their price, including you. Except I didn't think you'd be that cheap.
You know what I can't seem to understand is why you chose me. I've come to realize that you could have chosen anyone, just anyone, as your scapegoat, but why me?
Well, I hope you haven't deluded yourself in thinking it's because of any mushy feeling I might have for you.
Angel, believe me, I've long disabused myself of that kind of belief because you know nothing about love. Nothing.
Justin Badmus Sr., your father, was the one who defended Chief Dimenas when he killed my parents. So I figured it was only fair to have his son defend me after I took my revenge. Except I really did not think it would be that easy to convince you.
Yeah, the puzzle had just fallen in place perfectly. Well, if you must know, I've been wired to take your confession, which you just gave, and the police is out there. They've heard everything and it's recorded, so you're definitely going down.
You can't touch me, sweetie. Come on, you of all people should know. Double jeopardy, remember? The court set me free. They found me not guilty, so...
That remains to be seen. I, Justin Badmus, as your lawyer, stood to find you not guilty in court. I will find you guilty. Inspector Beth, you may come in now. She's all yours.
Mrs. Angel Dimenas, you're under arrest for the brutal murder of your husband, Chief Dimenas. I advise you not to try to resist arrest or say anything else, because anything you say or do will be held against you in the court of law. Arrest her.
Oh my God! Look at what you've done.
Get her out of here.
You know, you just complicated your life. Huh?
I'm killing you.
Huh? Now lie, what happened?
Walking, she walks on by.
Then I see no reason why I'm here. I mean, pleading the cause of a man who is not even interested, judging by his actions.
And that's where you're wrong, Cathy. You see, Louis needs you now more than ever. The problem is, he doesn't know how to face you, especially now that he's lost everything.
Lost everything? How do you mean?
How have you been, girl? Haven't you been reading the papers?
Well, I have lost interest lately.
Well, Louis has been in court with Angel, his stepmother, over the death of his father and the contest of the will he left behind.
Wait a minute. Isn't Angel the bitch he dumped me for?
Yes, she is. And made away with everything that rightly belongs to him and throwing me out in the streets.
He sure deserves what he's getting. I told him he would get that very soon.
I can't believe you, Cathy. You can't be that cold-hearted.
Well, you better believe it. Remember, I have the best teacher in the world.
Cathy, why Why make me believe that you don't have feelings for my friend Lewis? When I see those tears in your eyes, I mean, if you don't have feelings for him, why do you cry?
What tears? Excuse me, I'm done crying for Lewis, okay?
And then you're a worse teacher than Lewis is, Cathy.
Just stop it, okay? Just stop it. I don't know if I still have that in me.
I know Lewis actually offended you, but he's so sorry. Come on, Cathy.
If what you're saying is true, then how come he's not here? I mean, you just told me that he doesn't even know you're here.
That's because he's at his lowest now. He doesn't know how to face you. I mean, why not go to him?
Look, I don't know, Leo, okay? I don't know if I still have it in me. I don't know.
Sometimes it could pull you there like a mighty breeze and put you in.
Hey man! Hey man!
Guess what? I was surprised though.
Would you have asked him to send me away if you knew it was me? You have not answered my question. Would you have asked Leo to send me away knowing it was me?
Yes. I would have asked Leo to send her away. See, Cathy, listen. It's not that I don't want to see you around. But the fact is that I'm ashamed of myself.
Well, you know you don't have to be.
Listen, Cathy, there's so much you need to know. So much.
I know. Leo has already told me everything. I understand.
Cathy, you can't possibly understand. I lost everything. There is nothing for me to offer you now as a reparation for what I did to you. Angel took everything. Cathy, what have I done?
As mean as it may sound, I'm actually glad she did. Because that has given me the chance to be with the man I love again. I still love you, Lewis.
I love you too. I love you so much. I promise never to let you down again. I promise to love you from the bottom of my heart. I promise that I will never disappoint you again. I love you so much, Cathy. Now I know how much I love you so much.
Walking, she walks on by, and only God knows what she's thinking. 'Cause I see tears in her eyes. It's the pain from the past. She doesn't know how long it will last. She's reminiscing.
So, what do you think?
I know that Francisca Johnson practically changed her name to Angel Phillips in order to hide her identity. I mean, that means all she ever wanted was just to hide her identity so that she could execute the crime.
So it's been revenge all along.
Yeah.
Well planned and thought out by a demented mind. What I can't seem to fathom was why she chose to destroy me in the bargain.
Justin, I mean, who knows the workings of a sick mind? No one.
So what do we do now?
We?
Oh, babe, please. We're in this already, okay? I'm already involved in this, so I have to see it to the end, whether you like it or not. What's the 411?
Okay. Okay. We already have enough evidence to charge her for murder. But if there was a way we could get her to confess, that will clinch the case.
I'll go and see her. I have some questions that needs answers.
No, you will not. We are talking about a murderer, a demented murderer, a crazy one at that. That would be like risking your life, Justin.
Yeah, but no one knows her better than I do.
Yeah, I noticed. Oh, sorry, really,
It's alright. I do deserve it.
Really, I didn't mean that. I just...
You know what? I should go back and see Dora. I think that's what I should do. She'll have some answers, you know? She'll know something. I know she'll know something.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah. But I have to rush to the office. So many kids first.
Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. So, yeah, I will be.
I cannot believe she did it.
She is one raving lunatic, if you ask me.
How do you think she did it, Justin?
The answer is in the box.
What box?
You see, the box is the only evidence that attests to Angel's true identity, and without that box, her secret is not safe.
And unfortunately, Dora has given you the box.
And you can imagine how enraged she will be if she finds out that that box is in my possession now.
May God save us all from these psychopathic women.
Bless you. So, will I ever see you again? I mean, maybe go out for a date or something? You know?
No, Justin. You don't have to say you're sorry. I now understand that so many things were missing in our relationship. So many things just weren't in place. If not, you wouldn't have fallen for her so hard. I just want us to let things be the way they are, you know? Because I've come to realize and accept the fact that everything about our relationship just wasn't meant to be.
Listen, Beth, please. I know I've made some kind of mistake.
Justin, please, don't say it. I mean, you've broken my heart too many times for me to ever believe that you love me. I just want us to try to strike it off as, you know, mistakes we make in life, you know? It's better off that way. I'll see you around.
Walking, she walks on by, and only God knows what she's thinking. 'Cause I see tears in her eyes. It's the pain from the past. She doesn't know how long it will last. She's reminiscing, wishing for the day she'll see at last. Sleepwalking, talking, crying, girl, growing louder as the days go by. She's never stopping, yes, she's a girl in the painful school of life.
She tries to smile, and the devil has been watching. No room for joy in her life. It's the pain from the past. She doesn't know how long it will last.
She's reminiscing, wishing